Now, before we get started, I would just like to say a big massive thank you for the support on my Galway F1 video and my V10s versus V6 F1 video. It means so much to me that there is such an appreciation for those two videos, and I shall release like-minded ones in the future. Right, so this is going to be more of an opinionated video instead of another assetto corsa video, because the one I am working on now needs a little bit more time and research put into it, as I'm dedicating it to an iconic car scene anniversary. That video will be out next week. Right, so if you're not in the Irish car scene, this will be news for you. But I think this behaviour shouldn't be tolerated, and it can possibly be related to other car scenes internationally. I just decided to let this controversy, memes and dust settle before making a video on this. If you follow me on TikTok, you may have seen the TikTok I made on this and my other pretty mid TikToks. If you haven't, what are you doing? Please consider following, but subscribe onto my YouTube channel also. In case you don't know, I love cars. I love the usefulness of them. I love what people have done to them. And I especially love to drive. However, unfortunately, I and most other possibly live in a country that absolutely hate us. Now, I could rant about how the government are incompetent and why they are at war with the motorist, but I won't. This isn't that kind of video. As a car guy, I sometimes feel like I'm in a minority, or looked down on as antisocial scum. Now, this is a warning. No, I do not think you, the car liking viewer, are a scumbag. That was a figure of speech. The reason I say this is a video that will be aimed at a part of the Irish car scene that I personally do not like, and are the cause of the negative stereotypes in the car world. So, by the end of this, you might think I'm a big toxic arsehole, but what I am saying is something that needs to be said to the culprits. Let me tell a story. The group which was responsible will remain nameless, because they have honestly been through a lot, and I don't want to be that one reigniting this awful fire, because we should really just look past it, but I just need to get this off my chest. Anyway, I've been stalling for too long. Over the past weekend, disturbing footage emerged of a member of a car group verbally abusing a police officer after being caught diffin. Those who are unsure, diffin is basically when you just perform well executed, most of the time donuts, around a group of people or on a closed open road. It is impressive when you're like 12, but it basically is cheap drifting. Imagine these sort of activities as our version of takeovers. Anyway, back to the story. These people were either in, or I imagine near, a housing estate doing this activity while a funeral / removal was taking place. Naturally, the guards were called, and so this video emerged of these people verbally abusing this one officer. They then decided to share the video on their socials to back their point up, which was kind of saying that they were on the streets because they had nowhere else to go. They then followed this up with a link to promote their petition on change.org to create a safe space or a slab of some sort for them to all hang out at. As you can imagine, this went down like a vegan barbecue at a steakhouse. The majority of car people and non-car people on social media attacked them like Mr. Burns' hounds, to the point that all of their pages have either been taken down by Instagram or just deleted altogether, as I can only imagine the war they must have had to go through. This is where I start to feel bad for the organiser, as she took the brunt of it. Now, don't get me wrong, she was the one hounding at the police officer. She probably organised the whole thing. However, she didn't do the driving herself, and the people who did have since been in hiding, and probably will be for the next 200 years. Look, guilty by association and all, but regardless, this idiotic behaviour is exactly why the car scene is getting a bad reputation, tarnishing the passion and image shared by genuine car enthusiasts. Diffing is not just stupid, it's illegal. People who partake in this behaviour in general need to ask themselves if they even have the slightest respect for others. The car group have since shared a statement owning an apology to the affected family and neighbours. However, the officer didn't get one, who was honestly just doing their job, which was maintaining peace in the neighbourhood. Criticising the unnecessary hate towards the police. Now, I don't like camera vans and checkpoints. I probably don't like them as much as you do. But it's crucial to understand that checkpoints and speed cameras exist to ensure everyone's safety, especially in a year that hasn't been kind to Irish roads. This lack of apology and rather vague statement about what transpired reflects a lack of accountability. The partition requesting a designated area for such activities is tasteless and clueless, as it suggests that engaging in antisocial and illegal behaviour is justified, because they can't do it elsewhere. Now, do I think this was all intentional? No, I just think it was a bad situation that was handled even worse. However, this general sense of entitlement needs to be called out, and not just in the car scene, but just in general. There are no excuses for partaking in illegal driving activities that could at the least annoy locals or at the worst cause fatalities. It's time for these individuals to mature. Most car enthusiasts, including myself, value respect, responsibility and passion for the hobby. Let this incident be the beginning of the end of these antisocial car groups, promoting a much needed change in the Irish car scene. Contrasting the chaos caused by some with the order and safety and good cars present at Cars and Coffee events, it's evidence that stricter regulations are necessary. Instead of endangering public roads, make your crew organise a grassroots track or slab event, as this will provide a controlled environment for those seeking the thrill of going sideways. And maybe charge a fee to enter so you can then use said money to host the event again. Best of all, you will be able to have your fun in a closed, safe environment off the roads. The prevalence of takeovers at Mexico meets is detrimental to the car scene's image. News and social media focus on these events, overshadowing the passionate, hardworking and organised gatherings that take place on most Sundays. These events feature top quality cars and, more importantly, top quality people. In the end, the Irish car scene prides itself on hospitality, welcoming everyone. However, condoning illegal behaviour, disrespecting those around you and breaking the law only tarnishes this reputation. Anyone advocating for such actions should seriously re-examine their morals before heading out in a car again, as this is not what the car community stands for. It's time to change for the sake of our shared passion and the safety of our roads. And maybe, if we do, we will actually be respected by the general public. That is all from me. Let me know what you think down below, and thank you for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you all very soon.